Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Nolan Wells. What happened to him is crazy. What happened to him is unacceptable. And this shit is a whole big ass mystery. But apparently the friends are doing interviews now. Listen, bro. Listen. If you are a suspect to a crime and you start doing interviews, that is the fastest way to send your ass to jail. Everybody's looking at you. They might not be a suspect, as in they got arrested for it or they're wanted, but listen, you know you're under a microscope right now. You know that. Fastest way to send yourself to jail. Now let's see how they fuck themselves over.
Army interrogator just exposed Officer Tatum and one of Nolan Wells' friends. Now, this dude has been trained in interrogating and getting answers out of people and determining whether or not somebody's lying or telling the truth. He has some major issues with this Officer Tatum and Warren interview. Here's what he has to say.
I am a former Army interrogator, human intelligence collector. I was trained by the United States government to analyze your language, body language, posture.
Sounds credible to me.
Identify deception. I did it in the real world,
yes.
Through interrogations, through source operations, and through strategic debriefings. I've got tons of certifications. I'm an expert at this.
You guys get ready to leave out of there, getting towed out.
Yeah.
And then where is Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was, the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
Last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. That is critically important information. All right, right here, he's talking about when his buddy Bart pulls out his buddy Wyatt's boat. So Bart is on one boat and he's pulling out Wyatt's boat. Wyatt's boat is the one that you've heard about was taken on water and sinking, and that's why they had to leave Horn Island. I want you to pay attention to this.
To where we're out of all this, all this chaos, because we left at 4:30 and there was still.
We left at 4:30.
Yeah.
We left at 4:30.
So what happened in that hour and a half difference? They said they last saw him at what? 3? An hour and a half is a long time. I ain't gonna lie. What happened? That shit don't make sense to me. I ain't gonna lie. That shit.
30. This guy just said that the.
Yeah, talk to me, Flopper.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That makes sense, don't it?
I don't think y'all. I caught it.
Uh-huh.
The last time I seen Nolan was at 3 p.m. He didn't say the last time the group or we as a group seen Nolan was at 3 p.m. So the last time he seen Nolan was at 3. And then also too, isn't 3 p.m. such a...
And that's how you get yourself. That's really how y'all be frying yourself. Cause look, my thing is, if there's these gaps, right? You're trying to explain yourself in a way that doesn't really, implicate you or whatever, bro. And then there's these gaps in these stories, bro, that you're telling. You don't think that's gonna make everybody suspicious in some way? Like, you don't think like everybody's gonna be like, it's something about that story. There's something missing, and then they dig deeper into it, and then you get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you, bro. When things happen, even if you're guilty, you know what I'm saying? Now, listen. I want whoever is responsible for Nolan Wells' departure from this earth. I want whoever's responsible for that shit to get caught and, you know what I'm saying, held responsible for that shit, respectfully. But there's a reason why they tell you to shut up, wait for your lawyer. Because as a casual, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what to say. You might think what you're saying is smart, but then that shit gets picked apart in court. Now, if he gets booked and say he is guilty, right? He is like actually guilty. And this shit goes in front of a jury. You don't think the prosecutor is gonna take this shit and nail him, bro, to the cross?
Odd number. Like, how did he know it was 3 p.m.? Like, was he checking his phone? Was he checking his phone to know the exact, right? Like, now even it says, yo, like after 3, or like certainly before 3:30. Those are estimates and time ranges. He goes 3 p.m. How? Like, how do you, like, when you was talking to Nolan, did you look at your phone and say, yeah, 3 p.m.
That other shit. What's his name, bro? It's 2 a.m. and I'm live. How you look? You're thinking Nick dies. That's big.
Right, like that seems so odd. I thought that was odd originally as well. Because how did you know the exact time? How do you know the exact time you left and the exact? You feel me? Like, I don't know. Like, that just seems really, 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 really odd as well to me. That just seems like really, really, really odd.
United States government to analyze the world through interrogations,
say this
through
again.
source operations.
I last seen Nolan
at
after we watched.
I've got tons of certifications. I'm an expert.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And then where's Nolan in this situation?
Well, Nolan was the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
Last time he saw Nolan, important. Buddy Bart pulls out his boat and he that you why they.
So we're out of all this, all this chaos because we left at 4:30 and there was still.
We left at 4:30.
It's an hour and a half.
We left at 4:30. This guy just said,
bro, I don't care what y'all talking about. If I link up with my guys and we all went somewhere that's not away, that's away from home, right? An island for that matter, right? Okay, stay with me. I'm not leaving without my friends. Everybody that I came with better be in attendance. Before I depart this, we all better be one group leaving. Or if you like, we all grown men at the end of the day. So, you know what I'm saying? I can't tell somebody how to, but I gotta see that you good at least, bro. I'm not leaving my friends, bro. I'm not listening. Everybody operates differently. Everybody gotta be accounted for. Everybody gotta get home safe. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. If we leave, unless you I leave you and you're in a spot where you're good, all right, cool. You're responsible for your own safety at that point. But we all got to get home safe, bro. There's no way I'm just going to dip off on my friends and then say, okay, he's on his own. Like, what you got going on? Fuck what you got going on. Like, take care of myself. No. Or most of my guys is here with me and we leaving. He good. He'll take care of himself. No. Where's Nolan?
The last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock. Very specific time. Now, how did he know it was 3 o'clock? Brandon Tatum didn't ask him that. If this was an interrogation, that's a key question I would ask.
Tatum is a poor interviewer, and thank you for saying it. Tatum is a really, really poor interviewer, and so this dude is an interrogator. And the reason why that's important is because Tatum was not doing this interview to interrogate or to find the truth that we were missing. No, Tatum was doing this interview to run PR. They contacted Tatum. You think Tatum was the only interviewer that was qualified? You think Tatum was the most famous person? You think Tatum was the person with the biggest platform who was going to give him a fair chance? No. Right? TMZ has been running PR for these people as well. They could have contacted anybody. They contacted Officer Tatum. Now, if you watched Jay Marie's video, she broke down the connection that Officer Tatum has to the family. So Tatum is doing this interview pretending to be this neutral, unbiased figure. Come to find out, he's connected to the family, right? Through multiple stops. So Tatum didn't do this interview as we saw. Again, if you guys watch the Jay Marie video, if you haven't seen this.
So this was a clear your name interview. I see. This was a clear your name interview. He's connected to the family. Okay. Clear yourself. Explain yourself because you got a lot of heat on you. Okay.
She provided evidence. Tatum is actually connected to the family and is all through some very powerful connections. So Tatum is not doing this interview to try to find the truth or to poke holes or to look for things. No, he's doing this interview strictly to run PR. He's doing this interview as a favor. He's doing this interview to make sure he, as a black man, can get the pressure off of these white folks that he's connected to. So This dude just exposed Tatum, bro. He's a terrible interviewer, and he's not asking the most common sense questions that you would expect somebody to ask, which is, how do you know it was 3 p.m.? I feel like that's like, you should have asked that.
How do you know it was 3 o'clock?
And then where's Nolan in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Where's
Nolan
Nolan?
was the last time I saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
3 o'clock.
And Nolan was cradling a girl in his arms.
Yes.
Katie. Katie.
That's Katie McCormick that he's talking about. Katie McCormick said that's not true, but let's listen. This is at 3 o'clock. This happened at 3 o'clock.
And Nolan was sitting there, and the last time I saw him, I looked at Nolan, and Nolan was like shaking his head, laughing. That was the last time I laid eyes on him. But when we were leaving,
But when we were
I
leaving,
wonder, like, cause like I'm an unbiased person, bro. I don't care what nobody talk about. Like, I like to listen to the facts myself, and then come up with my own thoughts. So, right, with this in mind, right, say, because we gotta play both sides with this shit. Say his friends got nothing to do with it, right? They left him, still bad move, whatever. Can't really blame the friends for leaving him, because if they left him and he's parlaying with this girl and he's good at the moment, then it's like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll do the same thing if my friend, grown man, by the way, is insistent on staying on the island with a girl, and I already gave him the option of leaving me. He didn't take it. I'm leaving too. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna really get on him too much for that, but like, my thing is, what if the girl was already like with this little group on the island and them niggas didn't like him? Like, mind you, bro, for those of y'all that don't know me, bro, like, I'm not the nigga to pull a race card. Nigga, I have hella white friends, bro. I went to Penn State, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fresh grad, May 2026. Fresh grad, Penn State. I went to Penn State gang. I got hella white friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them niggas that like to do race baits and shit like that. But I've been in rooms, gang, where there's not much of this, and I know how racism go. Feel me? I know how racism go. Feel me? Like, I'm a pilot and shit like that. I'll be going to private jet expos and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a rental car business, luxury rental cars. I got Ferrari, Lambo, Huracans, Urises, Escalades, all type of shit on my fleet. Range Rovers, Porsches, bro. Like, I've been around. Now, my thing is, bro, like, what if some shit happened to him when he decided to stay on the island? Like, we gotta be, like, we don't know facts. You don't know facts. What my chat say? Nigga, my bugging. That is not my. Hold on. Fix that shit. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, my shit does not keep this widow in jail. Facts. I was talking about some Larry Wills back in the day, but we're gonna get back into the topic. So, like, listen. What if something happened to him while he was on the island? You know what I'm saying? Can't be too biased. Like, I can't be against his best friend at the same time, because we don't know facts. It's fishy, yeah, but like, I don't know. I'm just listening. This shit don't sound good on his part, but like, still gotta be open. You know?
So it would be 4:30 because he's already said we were leaving at 4:30.
Nolan was sitting by the boat.
Nolan was sitting by the boat. How do you know, Warren, that Nolan was sitting by the boat? The last time you laid eyes on him was at 3 o'clock. It's
Come on, bruh. Hold on now, bruh. Hold on. OG just, whoa.
It's like a flock.
Oh my God. Oh. I don't know how I missed that. I don't know how I missed that. Oh, that's correct.
That's correct.
How would you have known what Nolan was doing at 4:30? Y'all claim Nolan was nowhere in sight. When Katie said the last time she...
This is why, bro, for the rest of y'all niggas, man. For the rest of y'all, I hope this nigga gets booked to fuck, bro. Shout out to my Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying? Jamaican independent list. That's why I up. Sit in my nigga get booked. Is in it. Cause look. Feel me? This is why they tell you to hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil, bro. And this is where that shit can come to help you in court. Because when you shut the fuck up, your story doesn't have niggas don't have an ability to like compare your past story to your recent story to your future story, and the story you just gave, the story you gave at the scene, the story you did. It's none of that. Why? Because throughout the whole process, you kept it up. My lawyer told me that shit. Okay. I have a lawyer, gang. I have a lawyer. Listen, bro. Every man that's in business, every man that's doing what he got to do, he got a lawyer. Okay. And my lawyer told me, like, listen, man, anything ever happens to you, and you got to call 911, even if it's self-defense, I'm going to put y'all on game, bro, because I have a self-defense lawyer, right? Even if it's not self-defense, I ain't even going to get into that, but I'm covered regardless, okay? I got a lawyer on retainer, attorney on retainer. Listen, he told me if you get into a situation, you got to call 911, tell him to send police, EMS, shut the fuck up. Call him before the cops even get there. Yeah, so you like, you don't want to talk at all, bro. Like, let this be a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Let's be a lesson to y'all niggas.
See Nolan was when they was calling him over, implying that he went over to him and left her, which is why the last time she seen him was when they was calling him over. But wouldn't this confirm? Oh, how would you know where Nolan was? And if Nolan was sitting by the boat is in the water. The boat is in the water. So I'm assuming Nolan would be sitting like by the bank with at least some parts of his body, his feet, his ankles, or something in the water. So this nonsense of, man, they couldn't have possibly did it. Oh, no. This is, oh my God.
My thing is, though, bro, if my man's, bro, I left him, if last time I seen him was 3, bro, and he was parlaying with a shorty, bro, and he told me, he made it clear that he's not pulling up. He's not leaving with me. He's staying on the island. He's going to do his own thing. I just gotta be fair, bro. Like, first thing I'ma think is he's listening to that shit. Bro, I gotta put y'all onto lingo. Y'all niggas can read between the lines, bro. First thing I'ma think, he's over there blitzing that shit. The last time I seen him was at 3. It's 4:30. I'm trying to leave. I don't see him. Last time I seen him, he was with a girl. He's over there parlaying, bro. So you know what? I'm not even gonna bother him too much. Last time I saw him, he was Gucci. I'm out. So there's a yin and a yang to this shit, bro. Like,
Don't you find it odd that Tatum and the rest of them, they brought like out of context photos and videos of the boat leaving? See, Nolan isn't on the boat. But that don't answer them saying we ain't seen Nolan since 3 p.m. But when we were leaving at 4:30, we seen Nolan. Excuse me? Oh, no. This
Last
white guy.
time you laid eyes on him
Mm.
was at 3 o'clock.
Oh, my God.
It's now 4:30. This
Oh
is
my
your
God.
timeline. Timeline is everything. At this part of the story, he's at 4:30.
Oh, cook him.
But he just said less than 2 minutes ago, that the last time he saw Nolan was 3 o'clock.
Oh, cook
Nolan
him.
was sitting by the boat with that Katie girl, and
How do you know that? The last time you laid eyes, your exact words, on him was 3 o'clock, and you're now talking about 4:30. Now listen, what happens next?
my buddy yelled for Nolan, get on the boat. We're leaving.
Now, in the interest of honest.
All right. This is where shit stops making sense, bro. So, what do you mean you're calling for Nolan to get on the boat? Well, he left his phone on the boat, so you're not on the phone with him. And I thought the last time you saw him was an hour and 30 minutes before y'all left.
Analysis here. If they were both on the boat and he heard his buddy yelling at Nolan, not him, by the way. Warren wasn't yelling at Nolan. Even in his own story, he wasn't looking for Nolan or yelling for Nolan. And in the beginning of part 1 of the interview, he says, Nolan was like a brother to me. He was my best friend. More than a friend, though. He was like a brother to me.
Yo, I know how they're going to try to fix it. Yo, I know how they're going to try to like squeeze this as well, because he went entertain, like in between and interchange. So he went from 3 p.m. to 4:30 to back to 3 p.m. Right? Back to 3 p.m. Come on, people. Yo, I'll be real. Yo, when he says with that Katie girl, you can kind of hear the resentment in his voice. Maybe I'm just looking into it too deep. When you hear that Katie girl, where you kind of like feel the resentment, like, I don't know, man. But whenever somebody gets to over-explaining, there's usually a lie or two in there, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. Y'all think this is, did he just misspeak?
I think this nigga is like, I don't know. Because one thing about me, I also heard that, like, they were, like, withholding information from Nolan's mother. Like, listen, if something happens to my mans, bro, and his mom wants to know information about what happened to her son, like, I'm gonna give everything I know. Just not even off the fact to clear my name. It's not even about clearing my name at this point. It's like a son just lost her mother. I mean, fuck. A mother just lost her son. A mother just lost her son. And like, you just off the same like type of love that the mother has for the son that would want to get justice for her son, I would have the same love for my mans that would want to get justice for my man. So therefore, bro, I'm gonna feel for where the mother's coming from to want to know, and also want to relay that information to law enforcement to get justice for her son. I'm not withholding anything. You know what I'm saying? And I think they also didn't want to give the mother the phone. Like, bro, this whole shit, bro. You like the best friend is some weird nigga, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You last seen Nolan at 3, but then when he says when we were leaving, we seen him at the bay with no mention of Katie. But again, he says we seen him sitting by the boat with no mention of Katie.
See?
And then he went back to 3 p.m. and said, "Oh yeah, he was with Katie." Oh no,
shit like that, yeah, bro.
I don't know, bro. Yo, at some point, somebody have to come forward and somebody have to give the answers we're asking for. At some point, somebody got to make sense of all the inconsistencies, all the contradictions. Somebody has to make sense of all of this, man. This is terrible. This is bad.
This shit don't make a blood clot sense. You see me?
Oh my God, bro. Y'all let me know, man. Yo, with friends like this, you don't need enemies, man. I pray for Nolan Wells. I pray for his mother. I just heard what his mother is going through. We'll be talking about that in another video. What his mother is currently going through, no woman should ever have to go through outside of just
Not at
losing a
all,
son.
bro.
The torment they're putting his mother through right now, even with her job and her career and them trying to ruin her and bankrupt her. We're going to be talking about that in another video, man.
Man, listen, bro. Listen. That's why I make it a point to get back home safe every day, every night that I step out. I gotta make it back to my crib. I gotta open that door.